Hey there, everybody. I kind of need some images to go into my flow pockets today. So I thought we would sit here and maybe just have a little bit of a chat and let's see what sort of images we can harvest from these free publications that I received at in the mail, and then also my library has magazines for like a quarter, and it's really awesome. The first thing that I like to do when I am purposefully going through these magazines to get images to use in flow pockets is cut myself a little template. This is an art trading card template. Of course, it's 2.5 by 3.5, and it's really nice just to have these little things on hand and be able to, we'll go through here and I'll show you how I do it. I kind of place these on pages that are interesting and just kind of do the cutting from there. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm blessed to have water today, right? When we kind of look at the state of the world and we think about, good grief, what are things coming to? It's just such a blessing to have those smallish sort of things in life. But you know what? It's not small. It's big. The small things are big. I like this image right here. I usually just kind of take a pen and sort of scope things out and see what I see. I'm kind of, I like these camera things. They remind me of speakers because I'm an old audiophile. And when I say old, I mean OLD, not OLE. So I do like these particular things. The cool thing to do when you have something like this is you can turn the image and kind of create a sort of an abstract-ish background. So that's what we're going to do here. I kind of like I might be able to just glean kind of the moon, maybe moon shots. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Always be mindful of, just 5 tips. We'll do 5 tips for working with magazines, for harvesting magazines. Use a template because it allows you to cut and it allows you to trace and cut, right? And that's always nice. The dog is howling. Do you hear him? He's an old hound dog. Well, he's a very young hound dog, actually. I do see, maybe some words up here that we could go with, but let's just do that right now. Let's just get started. And we just traced around, and yes, I'm not going to be able to use moonshots, but that's okay. It's all right. There'll be some other delight coming along, I promise you. This is a space magazine that I had never seen before, and I love all things space. I grew up during the, I was born in 1958, so, I watched the moon landing and remember the whole, lunar kind of thing, and the event, and watched it on TV with my daddy. I remember watching it because he would let me stay up and watch TV with him sometimes on a Friday night, and then sometimes he would make pizza, which was really fun. I didn't develop the chops for sleeping at night until I was an adult and completely exhausted. And when I say adult, I mean like it was late in life. Probably in my 50s, I finally learned to sleep at night. I think, when you have kids and stuff, you just learn to not sleep. You just learn to function on just not a lot of sleep. I was kind of looking at this and thinking, oh, that might be some fun things to noodle around with. And then I looked on the back and I kind of love this kid right here, so I'm just going to cut that out and put it in the stack. And just, you know, don't forget that sometimes my template gets mixed up with my images that I cut, and I'm like, oh, that's not right. I kind of like this too. It says 10 years. And I kind of like that because it is, it looks like the top of a candle. So there we go. All right, so we've done our first little bit right here. I really do love this picture, so I'm just going to cut that out. This will be really nice to use in one of my creative journals, which I'm not making right now. Thanks for the interest. I appreciate it. Chris got me a greenhouse, and I think that I'm going to spend a lot of time this summer in my greenhouse. It seems to soothe me and soothe my spirits. Just makes me feel a little bit better after the traumatic winter that we have had. You know, you've got dates here, and that's always cool. It's nice if you can just go ahead and cut these out. This does give you a prompt for your pockets, and I'm big on prompts, and I'm big on, I'm retired, so I'm not big on buying things. So, you know, if you can develop something on your own. So I'm not going to put this over here. I think when you're harvesting, you, well, you know, another tip, when you're harvesting, try to keep your harvest organized, right? You are, you know, you want to make things the same size, make things, you know what, just ditch that. It doesn't matter. As long as you're happy, it really doesn't matter how you do anything. You can get a mess all over your desk if you want. It's up to you how you create. I liked this. I thought that was pretty cool. I love text, but this text is shiny. I hope we're not getting so much shiny. Another prompt right here. Very cool. I do need to keep my prompts together because I have a whole different place for those. And then we can throw this away. Don't you love that smile? That smile would make a great art trading card. So let's go ahead and capture that. And if, you know, if your digits are good and you want to do circles or things like that, you sure can do that too. This works for me because it's a little less fussy on my fingers. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, that'll be a great pocket. This says Science Planet. Also, when you kind of get used to doing this, you see you're able to cut out that art trading card size without hardly even thinking about it. This is pretty right here, and it's already kind of like an art trading card size. As you guys know, with the pocket letters, it's not just about what you see on the outside of the pocket letters, which is really interesting, but it's about what is inside the pocket letters. And, you know, you'll have fabric, you might have stickers, you might have embellishments, you might have flowers. It's just a, you know, you're just going to have a lot of things to work with. Don't you love this? Now, what I see here is I could take this. Now, you're going, oh, Tammy, that's the wrong size. But, you know, it's not. I can make it work. So what I like to do with pieces like this is just kind of fold them. So you're folding them. You're getting the image. So, you know, if you can imagine an art trading card and imagine a little pocket and having this as your background and then using this as an embellishment, it works really well, you know? So don't discount images just because they're not quite the same size. I also love anything that is whimsical in nature. So this works out really great. Now we've got some words up here. That's nice. I like what we learned. I wasn't such a science girl. Were you guys? Didn't do science very well, and I shouldn't say that. I made super good grades. I was you know, I was in the beta club and stuff like that. So I did have some intelligence at one point in my life. But the biology thing where you have to dissect the frog, yeah, that did not work for me. It didn't work for me at all. So anyway, I think I did like extra credit or something to try and bolster my grade. I think I begged off, probably had to go to work because I worked in high school like everybody did back then. You went to high school. I finished my credits before I got to my senior year. So my senior year, I only had a couple classes. I don't really even remember what they were. And then I went to work, and I worked at a radio station in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'd hop in my car and get on to work. But, you know, I used to have a brain. No, I don't. I don't have a brain anymore. We're just going to do something kind of fun here. We've got all these images on the back, but I do see a nice block of color. And I like this kind of off-white here. So what we did was we just folded the page, and this is kind of a fun thing to do. So we fold the page, and we're going to take our template, and we're going to put it right here. And then we can just cut our template like this. Oh, not cut your template. Don't cut your template. And what we've done here is make just sort of some double-ish cards. So, you know, like I said, it's not just about what is in the pocket. It's about what's inside the pocket. Now, that one turned out real good. This one is okay. But what I'm seeing is I think I'm just going to take this one and do this. You know, kind of make a little strip to play with or whatever. All right, we are really moving along. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So this would make a great page in a creative journal. So we're just going to tear that out and put it to the side over here. I love this. I love this whole thing. Especially this. I don't know what it is. You know, the whole audio file thing. It looks like speakers, but it's a camera. I know what it is. You could also, I know you've realized this by now, you could also just whack up this on a, using a paper cutter. But, you know, I kind of find the sound of scissors and paper sort of therapeutic. Just, you know, it's just a nice sound to me. Now this will be a pocket insert in a journal. This says bold. I like that. It's cool what jumps out at you when you're doing this. You know, if you're doing it with a mindful intention, you may find that you run across words that are meaningful to you at your point in life. Love this kiddo. You know what? She's going to be an insert. She's going to be a pocket insert in a creative journal. Oh, back to creative journals. I appreciate the support for creative journals. Thank you guys so much for purchasing them. They take forever to make, and that is why I'm just taking a wee break. But if there's like a you know, a rainy day and I can't get out to the garden, then I will put one together and list it over at the Etsy store, and that will be fun for us. I like this. Just some really nice images. Don't you agree? There's just so much. You know, there's a lot of free stuff out there. There's a lot of free publications. You can pick up things at the market. You can order catalogs. I like to get catalogs in the mail, especially seed catalogs. Oh my gosh. I'm a sucker for a good seed catalog. If you know of one, let me know, because I sure will order it. I love Baker Creek heirloom seed catalogs. This would be good for, I'm supposed to be harvesting specifically for pocket letters, but I seem to not be doing that. Also, you guys, if you like this video, if you found it inspiring in any way, if you could please like shoot me a thanks or a super thanks, or you know, a tip over at PayPal would be helpful. Or I've set up my Venmo over here, so that would be super great too. Love this. Another great image. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. That's so cool. And I think that's just going to be exactly the right size for an art trading card. Let's see. Almost. I'm going to go ahead and whack it this way. This way. Also, you know, some of you have said, hey, I put on your videos and I just listen to them in the background when I'm doing other things. Oh my gosh, that is so helpful with, you know, numbers and algorithms and blah, blah, blah. All the stuffs that you got to do to create a little bit of cha-ching at the YouTubes, as my mama used to call them, when she was in this world. She's not in this world anymore. Bless her sweet soul. She went to her reward. And there's Suze. See, this is one of those double things, which works out really well in a pocket. You know, when you're putting together those pockets, if you guys are doing them yourself, it's important to have good stability in the pocket. You guys know that I put like 10 items in the middle, and then art trading cards and art trading cards. So it is very you know, it's just super stable and works out really well. These are like labor intensive as well. It's funny because almost everything I do is labor intensive. But that's okay, because I do believe in, work, and I believe in, see, this made a beautiful page for a magazine, page for a creative journal. Goodness me, that's so absolutely gorgeous. That. And, you know, you can kind of see me not using whole images sometimes. Sometimes it's more fun to use like a partial image. And a lot of times what I'm doing here when I cut things out is I'm just cutting the image out. And then I'll go back and, you know, I can change it, or I can just use part of it. I like just using partial images. This says night. It's going to be a perfect little prompt. I like this right here. This is an article about STEM or STEAM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Very interesting. I'd love to know your harvesting tips. Like what do you guys like to harvest, and how do you like to do it? And do you find it therapeutic? Do you find it annoying? I don't think we found it annoying at all. I really don't. But my hands are saying, I'm done. And I do want to do a little gardening today, and I've got some administrative things that I need to take care of. So we are almost done. This sweet little picture here. Love the word customize too. All right, I'm just going to cut that whole thing out. Pretty. How does gravity keep us down? How does it? Goodness. It's a booger, isn't it? As Leanne Morgan would say. It's a booger. I've got just a couple more pages here. These things can go inside the pockets, not so much on the outside. That's cute. Why is ocean water salty? That's something that can be folded and put into a pocket. Okay, I got one more page to go. Let's see if my fingers can do it. Come on, you can do it. That's sweet right there. Love both those. Sweet child. My neighbor told me that they had a new baby over the weekend, and his name was Matthew. So sweet. Absolutely crazy. Crazy to watch how this neighborhood has evolved in 17 years, because we moved here in 2007 and we were like the young couple, and now it's like, oh my gosh, you see people walking down the street with baby strollers and babies out playing in the yard and the kids riding bikes. It's very, you know what it is, y'all? It's life affirming, and it's important to really get that sense of stability and freedom, and life goes on, life goes on. There's a poet that's, maybe Emily Dickinson said, life goes on, I know not why. Sweetie. All right. I think we are, I think we're done. And my digits are hurting, but that's okay, because I was able to chat with y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Really do appreciate it. Again, you know, if you're interested, I don't have much at the Etsy store right now, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, do go over and, like, take a look, because that's always super helpful. Helps with my, you know, my algorithms and things like that. Thank y'all for hanging out today. I hope you had fun. I hope you will, ooh, that's a bunch of glare. I hope you will test out this little, use a template, place it around the page, find images that you like, trace around them, and cut out. Thanks, y'all. I will talk to you soon.